Welcome back to BELatina. One of the most amazing things for me is to start your morning with a delicious cafecito or a cup of coffee. I'm gonna show you what my routine looks like, and I'm gonna even show you a little bit of latte art here and there, which I want to tell you something before you have any expectations. It could go two ways. Either extremely beautiful or it can be a complete disaster, but let's give it a try. So first and foremost, one thing I like to do is, I take my coffee. I like to always grind my coffee to a very fine grind so we can get a nice espresso that's creamy, that's delicious, intense. So first of all, I'm gonna take my coffee on my portafilter. We're gonna hit the machine, and at the same time, I'm gonna start frothing my milk. This time, I'm gonna use my Take 2 Barista barley milk. One of the good things about this milk is that it really gives me that foam that you can use to make great latte art. A lot of the plant-based milk do not give you that, and they're towards the watery side. This one's very creamy, and it gives you those results. So first of all, we're gonna give a little touch of steam to the machine to make sure there's no water in the actual frother, and then from there, we're gonna start frothing our milk. And it's gonna go up in volume about 15%. That's what you want. You wanna give it too much volume because that would make the bubbles extremely large, and that won't give you that creamy consistency that we're looking for. You guys are ready? Let's try it. So I like to always swirl the milk around. I'm gonna take that, just like that. We're gonna go up. The idea of going up is that when you go up, most of the milk is going down, right? And it's blending amazingly well with the coffee. I would say this is like an abstract piece of art. A flower that meets a heart and they have a baby, and that is my flower-hearted coffee. But one thing I want to show you is, look at this from the side. Look how creamy and incorporated this coffee looks. So what goes best with a cup of coffee like this? I'm gonna show you how to make the most amazing, delicious, and decadent banana bread. In this case, we're gonna give it a twist, and we're gonna add something that everybody loves, but also takes it to the next level, and that has to be dark chocolate chips. And I'm going to also use Take 2 chocolate barley milk, and that shows you a little bit about the versatility behind, this milk. You have your barista option, and then you have chocolate milk.
Comienza la fiesta.
This recipe has eggs and butter, but if you want to do a vegan version of it, you can find dairy substitutes of your choice. We're gonna start with half a stick of butter, and I like to always soften the butter because it's much easier to work with. The next thing we're gonna add is our sugar. And one thing we wanna do here is we want to cream the milk and the sugar and incorporate it so it becomes one whole thing, right? And once that starts happening, we're going to start adding all the rest of the ingredients. Now, the next ingredient we're going to add is going to be 2 large eggs. We're gonna crack them right into the bowl. Super simple, just like that. We integrate it, and you'll see how those lumps are going to start disappearing. And once this whole thing almost becomes like a meringue, then we've gotten to the texture that we want. I'm gonna take my second egg, add it in there, and again, shake, shake, shake. Rest of the sugar goes in. Now, I have some vanilla extract. We mix it and integrate it in. Once that's done, now I have some bananas, and all I did was, I smashed them with a little bit of cinnamon. It's going to give me a lot of aroma, complexity. It's gonna take the banana bread to the next level. My secret ingredient here is going to be a splash of my Take 2 chocolate barley milk. Next, we're gonna mix everything together. And on a separate bowl, we're gonna mix all of the dry ingredients. My flour, a little more cinnamon because it doesn't hurt anyone, a tiny touch of salt, baking powder, baking soda. We have that out of the way. And now, just simply, I'm gonna start adding everything into the mixture and sort of start blending everything together until we have a dough. Once that dough is formed, we're gonna put the cherry on the pie, but not necessarily the cherry on the pie. We're gonna put the chocolate to the banana bread. How much chocolate should we put? A little more, right? Yes? Okay. One thing that my mom truly loves is walnuts. Walnuts are going to give you that crunch. Ideally, you want to have different textures. So you have the spongy-like texture, then you have the creamy texture from the chocolate, and finally, you're going to have this beautiful and delicious crunch that comes from the walnuts. We just want to like mix it and make sure every single ingredient is well distributed within the actual dough. That is done, and now we're going to take a mold. Now we're just going to pour. So we add that in there. We're gonna go halfway up because remember that this is going to grow once it goes in the oven. 350 degrees for approximately 45 minutes. It's gonna come out golden brown and delicious. So we can place it in there. And of course, because we're on television, I already have one that's done. And I wanna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna clear this area up so we can, you and I, enjoy ourselves with a beautiful piece of my delicious banana bread with chocolate and my delicious coffee. Doesn't that look amazing from the get-go? One of the good things about barley milk is also that it's so versatile. You can use it from, I think, any process in the kitchen, whether you're baking, whether you're cooking, whether it's sweet, whether it's savory, perfect for any occasion. Now, let's try my banana bread. Oh my God. And then of course, I mean, is there a better combination than chocolate, banana bread, and coffee? I don't think so. To learn more about all these delicious barley milk recipes, go to take2foods.com. Make sure you use the promo code Ay Que Rico for a 15% discount. And you can also find this on Amazon. If you want this and more recipes, scan the QR code on your screen using your cell phone's camera, and that'll take you to BELatina.com for more.